You're scared. Why are you scared? It's time for you to ask questions. All right. Do this.
What's up, guys? Gang.
Is it your channel? What's it? These are the people. These are the people. No, seriously, these are the people that you invite them to your channel. They come and take over.
It's your girl Alice. You know.
No, it's not. It's not. Let me do my introduction first before you come. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. If you're tuning in for the very first time, you're welcome to Living with Grace. This is my channel where I talk about life, faith, mental health, love, young people's questions, anything and everything, vlogs. I appreciate all of you guys so far for watching, for subscribing, for liking. It means the world to me. Today, I have a very interesting video for you guys. Today, I have Miss Alice over here. Yeah,
Alice.
please, we're not doing all of that.
I am Alice.
I have Miss.
Let's keep it like that.
Okay, let me introduce you, all right, to the people. So I have Aya with me today, and we're gonna be doing the parent tag questions. Is that what it is? I don't know what it's called. Anyways, she's going to be asking me questions that young people are scared to ask their parents. Some questions, because obviously not all the questions. We don't have enough space in our recording device for all the questions that young people want to ask their parents. Anyways, here we go. Introduce yourself.
My name is Ayo Alice. It's Ayomide Alice.
Why are you giving them your whole government? You don't need to give them your whole government.
We're here.
Yeah, here.
Okay.
Where's this?
Living with Grace.
Okay, you know it.
To ask questions that kids are scared to ask their parents.
God help me.
Amen. But
So let's go with the first question.
okay, the first question. Why do parents never admit they're wrong? Like, why? Like, bro.
Why do parents never admit that they're wrong?
We're wrong now.
First of all, you're living in my house. I'm feeding you. I'm sending you to school. I'm paying your fees.
Okay.
Who are you to question me? Anyways, let's be serious. Let me answer it seriously. So, I don't think that parents actively choose to not admit that they're wrong. I think it's more like they've experienced life more than you have. They know more than you know because they've been around longer than you have. Clearly, they've been through many things. And so, knowing that they know more than you do, sometimes they just want you to understand that there's a difference. Like, okay, I am the responsible adult in this relationship. I know more than you do. So you don't come because you just got knowledge the other day to come and challenge my authority. But it's not in a sense of like, I am not wrong. Because if you notice, when your parents actually know they've goofed, the first thing is, do you want to eat? What was that thing you wanted? You know, things like that. So it's really not that parents are actually saying, okay, I'm never wrong. But they just don't want to ever be put in a position where you're not going to listen to what they're saying because you think...
say sorry.
But... I mean, food is enough, sorry. What else do you want? Like, do you want food? Do you want a gift? Is it that phone that you've been asking and they go and buy it for you for Christmas?
Scam!
So it's really, and then me personally, just like from a mental health point of view, I think that it's okay for parents to apologize, to say they're sorry. It kind of takes a lot to do it, but I think it's okay. So yeah, parents should apologize. But understand, guys, if you're watching right now and your parents have never apologized, it's not because they don't want to. They're just afraid that if they apologize all the time, it's going to look like they don't know what they're doing. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on to the next question.
Okay. The next question.
This is why you're doing this. What question is that?
Have you ever smoked weed?
Weed.
Have you smoked
Why?
weed?
Why on earth would I? Why on earth would I go around smoking weed? Do I look like someone that would want to smoke weed? I'm a child of God.
Well, from videos and stuff.
Well, so this is the thing. I'm just gonna put that out there. So, you guys already know I'm pretty much all faith-based. So the Bible says that you should respect your body. It's the temple of God. Amen. So you don't want to put in anything or use anything that will make you abuse that body. Because some people, when they're under the influence of alcohol and weed and all these kind of things, they don't know how to control themselves, so they do things that maybe they wouldn't do if they were not under the influence. So that said, Guys, don't smoke weed. Leave weed alone. Weed is not good. But and that's not to say.
But God created weed. No.
What's wrong with this girl? Yeah, that said, I have nothing against anyone who, wants to be smoking weed. This video is not about you, but I just think that substance wise, like, I don't think that anyone should be using anything that will not let them control themselves. So, and this is very controversial, but even in the Bible, like, drinking, for example, is not prohibited. You can have a glass or so, but it's just you being able to not abuse things. So at the same way, some people claim that weed is therapeutic for them. It helps them. So if it does, as long as you're not abusing it, you're not harming yourself, you're not doing anything wrong to yourself. But I just personally am not a weed person. I wouldn't smoke weed. Obviously, growing up as a young person, you have, and I'm going to say that because obviously this is more about young people and asking questions. You have curiosity, you want to know because you see other people doing it. But as they say, curiosity kills the cat. So it's not everything that you have to try. Some things are they're better left unknown. Like, don't figure it out. Because again, for me, I think it's more a balance of what are you gaining from it.
Nothing.
If you're not gonna gain anything from something, why bother yourself?
The enjoyment.
What enjoyment?
I don't know. I've not
define the enjoyment. That's what I'm saying. So you don't even know what you're missing. So why are you going for it? Basically, what I'm just trying to say is, if you don't have to, don't do it. And if you're in a cycle where you're already using it, try to get the help that you need. Everybody makes mistakes. Don't feel judged or anything. Just think about it and how you want to proceed with your life. Like, anything that takes control of you is not good for you.
Were you scared when you tried it the first time?
Ha! Oh, these children of nowadays. These are questions that I never would ask my mother, aunties, niece, not even my kids. Anyways, to answer that question. So, growing up, you hear a lot about, like, you don't hear a lot as an African child. You don't hear anything.
You keep quiet.
It's very hush hush. Like, sex is a taboo topic. So, hush puppy. This one is too much in the Nigerian music scene. Everything is a referment to them. She just mentioned Hush Puppy. Who's Hush Puppy anyways? He's a celebrity, Nigerian celebrity.
Yahoo boy.
Please, let's not make accusations on my channel. We don't know. Okay, he's a celebrity.
He's a blessed man.
Now you're lying. Now you're lying. Anyways, he's a Nigerian socialite, very famous on Instagram. That's what we know.
And he wears designer.
And he wears a lot of designers. So back to the topic. It's a very hush hush topic, so parents don't really talk about it with their kids. This is my view of it. It shouldn't be done with someone that you have no plans on spending the rest of your life with, i.e. your spouse, right? And the reason is, one, faith-based, again, your body is supposed to be a temple. If you start with the first person that says hi, hello to you, and you keep going and you have multiple partners, you're not really honoring yourself. It's just even your own dignity, your own pride as a person, and your body is all that you really have. When you came into this world with your body, you're gonna go with your body, right? So you should honor it. Sharing it with, like, all of the people of the world is not the right way to go. Anyways, first time is definitely scary because you don't know anything about it. You don't know what you're going into because as an African child, nobody told you about it. But I think that it's a beautiful thing when you go and do it with, again, like I said, your life partner. So, someone who honors you, who comes to your parents, asks for your hand in marriage, and honors you before your parents and your family and everybody else. I think that it's the very first time would be a very beautiful thing. It's discovery because if you're not doing it, you've never done it before. So it's, it's God ordained, like God created it. So it's not a bad thing. I think it's only bad if you're not doing it with the right person. That's when it's bad. But the appointed person that you're married with and everything, that's when it's beautiful. Love is a beautiful thing. Relationships are beautiful. Marriage is beautiful. Guys, don't give up on love. Don't let society... Why is she singing? Don't let society make you think that it's a bad thing. Relationships are beautiful if they're done the right way. Does that answer your question?
Did he answer your question? Okay.
Yeah, first time was scary, like I said, because you don't know what you're getting into, because your parents never had the conversation with you. Lucky you, we are telling you. All right, go ahead.
What we asked is, were you scared when you tried it the first time?
I said I was, because I didn't know anything about it.
Oh.
That's the answer now. God,
Does it
why
hurt?
am I screaming?
Does it hurt?
Excuse me? Also, that's the main question that you guys really want to know. Like, does it
Yeah.
really?
Mhm.
Oh, I mean, obviously, you're doing something for the very first time. It's gonna. So I see what the question really is. So the question is, does it really hurt the first time?
Mhm.
You should have told me. You made me go into all these explanations.
Princess.
Anyways, so yeah, the first time would, but again, like as per biology, everybody's body is different. Some people don't experience extreme pain. Some people do. My personal experience, I think it was just more uncomfortable because it's something new. I just think that's what it is. But let's move on to the next question. Thank you.
So the next question is, what is the baddest thing you've ever done?
Me, I haven't done anything bad. I'm a good child. I was a good child. My parents can attest to that. I never gave them any stress. I always listened. I always did what I was told. Yeah, no. Let me be real.
Good girl. I'm proud of you.
So I think it's gonna depend on who you ask. I think if you ask me, I think the worst thing I've ever done was sleep out. But I'm sure if you ask my parents, maybe they might say something else. But for me, like that was like, because I was like, you know, like you're scared.
Were
you
you
know,
asked to sleep out?
where was I asked by somebody to sleep out?
Did your mom give you the permission to?
That's why I said the baddest thing I did was sleep out without permission. Now I was just.
That was bad.
Yes, it wasn't because they okay. But let me give context, because before you guys
African parents don't like sleepovers.
Exactly. See,
They don't like sleepovers.
that's the problem. You know. Let me explain what happened, because I don't want this view of me to be out in the streets. YouTube videos stay on forever, so let me be clear. So I'm an only child, so I don't have siblings. So my house for me was always boring. Like I didn't want to be home. Anyways, and I would ask to go for sleepovers, and because I'm an only child, my mom would be like, where do you think you're going? So I went to my friend's house, and we were having so much fun, and then she had her siblings, and I was just experiencing that siblings life. You know what I mean? I was right in the middle of it, and I'm like, why would I go home? Like, this is the life. This is what I want. So, and I knew that if I call her, she's not going to let me. Let me just do this one. And I told myself, every death is a death. All die. So, whatever happens, I'm doing this. And I regret doing that, because the punishments, oh my God. Because they were scared. They were looking for me. And then, they came and found out I stepped over my friends. It wasn't back in the day where you had cell phones. You know what I mean? It was more like they knew where you were going, and they were expecting you to come back. And I didn't come back. So they looked for me, and they found me. And I got punished, and never did it again. That's it.
Of course.
Next question.
Why is it a problem for girls to have boys as friends?
So I don't think it's a problem for girls to have boys as friends. I personally would tell you this right now. I have better friendships with men than I do with women. Just because I feel like women are a little more complicated, and we're wearing the same dress. Like, oh, my friend went and bought the same bag. Like, I feel like you don't, these little jealousies here and there, all these little problems, I don't like them. So for me, really, my friendships with men, it's more like you're a learning experience. They tell you things from a male perspective, and you share things with them from a female perspective. So if that friendship is, there's no strings attached, it's just a friendship, I don't have a problem with it. What I think is a problem is that so many times people don't define boundaries. Some people will say they're friends, but then you come and find out that they're actually having a relationship. I think people have experienced that so many times that now when somebody says, we're just friends, they're like,
bestie.
Bestie of life.
Shout out to my bestie.
Who is a male, who we think might have something to do with you. That's why we're doing all these hard shout outs. Anyways, but like I said, like, you can have a male bestie, you can have a male friend, it's okay. As long as the boundaries are defined, like, you guys know what it is. The world is still gonna judge you. Me, I'm the world. I will still judge. I will still say, Okay, I think you guys like each other. I'll see. Like, people are always going to, and I think that comes down to. Go ahead.
But it's not bad to like. It's just like, it's not like maybe like you guys are like dating or something.
So basically,
The Bible says love your neighbor as yourself.
Yeah, when you're loving your neighbor a little too hard, that's where the problem is at. Like doing extra. So I think it's like if you and this person are doing things that normally a couple would do, that's where people are just like, it doesn't look. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of nobody knows what you said, but we'll put a translation underneath. Just keep giving me editing work. Thank you. But the point I'm making is people are always gonna talk. Like even with female friendships, people are gonna talk about your friendships. In life, generally, people are gonna talk. Like you just have to know, like, okay, they're going to talk. I know what I know. What I know is enough for me, and that's it. Life, but you too, you have to be careful. Just don't put yourself in situations that actually prove people right. That's it.
Okay to have a boyfriend.
Ooh, that's the proverbial question. So this is how I see it, and all parents don't see it that way. So I'm putting this disclaimer out there that this has nothing to do with your parents. Your parents are your parents. Whatever they decide, I agree with them. But in my own perspective, I think that most parents will let you date when they feel like you're mature enough to date. Maturity being, which ideally is usually somewhere around college, because when you're not mature enough, like relationships are very tricky. There's breakup, there's I saw him with another girl, there's all these things. And imagine that you're in school and your head is not properly situated on top of your neck, like your brain. It's not, I'm saying you're not even mature enough to handle those things. So you can see how maybe that would affect like your school life. Breakups are tough. Like when your heart is broken, like crying, you don't want to eat, all those things. Imagine that you're not mature enough and see what I'm saying? So it's one of those situations that you might not be able to handle. Your schoolwork might suffer. You become last of the class. Now you have to drop out of school. Your parents' money is wasted. I could go on and on and on and on and on. So parents literally want you to date when you have a good head on your shoulder, you're mature, say you're done with school, you have a job now, so you can handle certain things because you've matured, you've lived life, like you know how to handle yourself. So I think dating itself, a lot of young people feel like, oh, my parents just don't want me to date. Everybody else is dating. What's good for everybody else is not good for you. If everybody else is going into a well, my dear, you know you are not going to follow them into that well. So if your parents feel like it's time, trust me, they won't have a problem with it. If you think about it, like sometimes the same parents that are like, I don't want to see you with any boy. If you think about it, the same parents that stop you from dating, when you're old enough, they're the ones that say, when are you going to bring me an in-law? I need grandchildren, right? So because now they think that you're mature enough. So really that answers your question. Dating has to do with maturity. No. Basically, dating and relationship, when it comes to parents, it's really so much more about when they feel that you're mature enough, they will let you go into relationships. When they don't feel that you are, they will stop you. And if you really feel like you are, then prove that you are. Maybe start paying your bills. Get a job. Then we'll know you are.
Why do parents not want us to marry out of our race?
That brings us to the question, just as you were saying before, I think it's so much more, parents are more scared than anything. They're like, okay, I know I'm going to take Nigeria as an example. I know I'm Igbo. I know I am Yoruba. This is my tribe. And I'm Nigerian. So even, because some parents would even manage for you to be with someone from another tribe. But it's what it is they know what they know about themselves. So I know if I'm Black, I know the Black culture. I know the things that we do, the things we like, the things we don't like. I know that we like fried chicken. Child leaves my culture and wants to go into another culture where there are other people that I do not know. So it's fear of the unknown. They are really afraid that you might get hurt because you're going into unknown territory. So it's not that they don't want you to be with whoever it is that you want to be with. It's just that they are worried about you. And so many parents feel like the best way to protect you is to give you restrictions. Because you yourself, you don't understand. You are blinded by love. And when someone is in love, they don't see anything. You can say whatever you want to say. They'll be like, yeah, but I love him. Yeah, but I love him. I'm so in love. So that's what it is. Parents really just want to protect you from the heartache. Because there are some people that got married with people from other races, other tribes, and they suffered for it. Like their in-laws didn't like them, they didn't treat them well. And because it's not the same culture, there are things that you might not understand and you do it and your in-laws are like, oh my God, I do not like this woman. Or your in-laws would do certain things that maybe it's okay in their tribe, it's okay in their country, but you're not from that country. So it's like, point in case, look at the movie Namaste Wahala on Netflix. Like it's an interesting movie on Netflix. It's called Namaste Wahala. It's about an Indian guy trying to get married to a Nigerian girl. So like, point in case, things like that. Like I think the parents were just more scared. Like, this person's Indian. Where do we start from? Then your Indian parents are like, Nigeria. Yeah. And then you see how at the end, like the two in-laws were expecting bride price. You know what I mean? Like there's so much differences in cultures, and so many times that's the reason why parents are saying no. Not really that. They just don't want you to. They're trying to protect you.
Why do parents think if we don't go to church, we've lost our faith? Like, bro, we read our Bible every morning.
So let me ask you this question: if you don't show up to your job, and you're supposed to show up, you're on schedule. Is your boss not going to think that you don't want the job again? Right? Yeah, that's how parents think too. They're just like, well, this is our faith. This is what we do. We either go to the mosque on Fridays and go and pray, or we go to church on Sunday, or even Monday. I don't know what other days people go to worship. But anyways, generally speaking, worship days are worship days. Everybody has an established worship day. And you've been doing this since you were like, probably like what? Since you were in your crib, they've been taking you there. And every Sunday or every Monday or every Tuesday or every Friday, whatever day it is, you go. You just wake up one day, you're like, I'm not going today. I think maybe the first day, I'm not feeling well. Okay. But if it's something that happens over and over again, it's clear that they're going to think something's wrong.
What if you work on Sundays?
Yeah. But this is the thing. I think that's another problem too. If you've always gone to church on Sundays and you now get a job that you have to go to work on Sunday and you can't make it to church, I think you should be having a conversation with your parents. If it's really work, it should be a thing where they understand that you're working, so they're not going to ask you, are you not going to church? But if your parents have a problem with it, maybe it's the fact that you yourself, they feel like you're not valuing your faith anymore for you choosing maybe a job on Sundays. So I think the best thing to do in that kind of situation is just keep talking to them. Many parents and children fail to realize is communication is very important. Talk to your parents. I know some parents are very strict and very scary, but they're still human beings. Yeah, no, I understand. But they're still human beings. Their hearts are not made of iron. They gave birth to you. You're their kid. They're not Iron Man and Iron Women. So try to talk to your parents. Like, open up. Say what you have to say. Even if you get punished or they yell at you, at least you pass the message. Nobody will say you did not pass the message. That's really what's more important. So yeah, does that answer your question?
Yeah. So the last question.
Finally.
Let me sit down.
Oh my God. You're sitting down for the question?
Yes.
Ooh.
What is that one thing that you regret doing in your young age?
That's a loaded question. But it's not even one thing.
Okay.
It's a lot of things, guys. Okay. All right. So to start with, I think that one of the biggest things that I regret personally was there were times where I had like arguments with my parents over things that they would let you do or they would not let you do. Now that I have my own children, I realized that was silly. Like, your parents never say don't do something because they just hate you. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's always a reason. So I feel like instead of arguing and fighting, I should have listened more. That's the first thing. I think I wish I'd listened more to my parents instead of fighting them all the time. Oh, you don't want me to do this. Oh, you don't want me to do that. Like, I was one of those, the stubborn kids that always say their mind all the time. Even if I'm not going to go, but I'll tell you that you are mean for not letting me go. I regret like putting friends on top of my head, carrying them here. God. I think that's
put them in your back. Oh, my friend.
Carry them on your back. My friend. And even when your parents
do the same thing to you.
I know they're not taking you the same way. Like, you wear them like a jacket. Ugh.
But they put you on the floor like carpet. Oh,
we need to coin that term. Don't wear your friend like a jacket when your friend is stepping on you like a carpet.
Period.
I don't know what this is about. Anyways, as I was saying, I regret putting friends, like taking, like really, like I was big on friendships. It was like, oh my god, my friend, and I had a lot of heartache and heartbreak. You know, friendship heartbreaks are even worse than relationship heartbreaks, because you really did have to.
I went through one.
You didn't really have to, but you just thought, okay, this is my friend, my day one. I'll give everything, and then the person doesn't treat you like that, and you're just like, oh wow. So it's that heartbreak is hard. So I went through a lot of friendship heartbreaks, and it's not even like I learned. I still love friendships. I still overdo it, but I think now I'm more seasoned, so I kind of know, like, if somebody's like not treating me the same way, their vibe is beginning to look wavy.
You know,
I just give them the space that they need. And also back then, I used to
blocking.
Exactly. And also back then, I used to keep a lot of things inside. Like, you know, I wouldn't tell my friends the truth because I didn't want to lose them. Now, you will take the truth. I will give it to you. I'll put it in a box. You will get it. You will be blocked. Blocked. And blocked again.
Nobody's above blocking.
Nobody's above blocking. We'll block you at any time. But see, but that blocking mentality, honestly, is not really a good block. It's not a good thing. So it's just that being able to tell people the truth. Any relationship that is worth having is what's being honest in. If you're in a relationship with anyone, boy, girl, female, goat, cow, dog, baby, and you tell them the truth and they cannot take it, and because of the truth they want to be your enemy, that relationship wasn't worth having to begin with. That brings us to the end of that video. A very long one. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I want to go take a nap. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Again, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment. We appreciate it. And if you want to see Ayo again on this channel with more questions, hey, let us know in the comments. We'd appreciate it.
I got you guys.
She doesn't have a job. She doesn't do anything. So she could be here every day.
No, I have a job.
All right, guys. Thank you. This is it for us. And we'll see you next time on Living with
Grace.